Chicago. It's the big A&A coin convention. There's people from all over the country here. You're one of the largest supplier of numismatic books. What kind of cool books have you got for collectors?
We've got a lot of neat books coming out, Dave. This has been a very popular book, a guidebook of Civil War tokens, written by Dave Bauers, known as the Dean of American Numismatics. Civil War tokens were issued during the war as a substitute for small change because people were hoarding gold, they were hoarding silver. As the war went on, they were even hoarding little copper pennies or 1 cent pieces. So private merchants and businessmen would issue these coins, or really tokens, not officially coins, and pass them out as small change. Very collectible right now. There's a lot of interest in these tokens. This book sold out quickly, and we're coming out with a second edition now, so get it while it's hot. Money of the Bible. This is a 3rd edition book by Ken Brissett, another longtime Whitman Publishing author. This covers everything from the coins discussed in Jesus' parables, the shekels of Tyre, the money given to Judas for his betrayal of Jesus, the widow's mite, beautifully illustrated, lots of big coin illustrations. If you have a study group, a Bible study group, or an interest in ancient coins, this is a book for you. A guidebook of Canadian coins and tokens by Jim Haxby. A lot of people don't understand that the border between the United States and Canada was very porous. It always has been. Friendly nation. A lot of the money went back and forth between the United States and Canada. There were coins that they were minting that we were spending and vice versa. This guidebook covers Canadian coins going back to the Dominion times, Confederation, up to the modern day, bullion, commemoratives, colonial tokens. It's got pricing, it's got rarities. It's just a fascinating, I think if you buy the Red Book and you collect American coins, you really need a copy of this book as well. United States paper money. This is the 4th edition of a bestseller. We've seen so much interest in paper money over the last few years. The fact that this book is in its 4th edition is kind of a testament to that. This is your complete source for history, grading, values, covers all of the federal series, $1 up to, I think, $10,000 bills, talks about rarities, pricing, everything that you want to know. If you've got some old notes in Grandpa's cigar box, you'll find it in here. So, the Morgan silver dollar is probably the most popular classic American coin right now. Karen Lee of the Smithsonian Institution has dug into their archives and found sketches by George Morgan. She's communicated with his family. George Morgan, of course, was a designer of these coins. He came over from England, established his career here with the United States Mint. This is a book that has his private and professional sketchbook. It's just amazing artistry. You see coins that could have been but never were. You read about his history. You get family photographs that have never been published. Really good stuff in this book. I might need a forklift to hold up the next couple books. This is Dave Bauers' new encyclopedia of obsolete paper money. Obsolete paper money is banknotes that were issued by state chartered banks from 1792 to 1866. So this is before the era of the Federal Reserve, is before national banks. Just hundreds and hundreds of banks in hundreds and hundreds of cities issuing their own paper money that was chartered by the state. $1 notes, $5, $2, $3. This was really the heart of American commerce for decades and decades before we had a national federal system of currency. And only as Dave Bauers can do, he's kind of rallied the hobby community. You can see this is these are all issued with a wheelbarrow. Just thousands of images, thousands of banknotes. We give pricing, we give rarities. If you don't collect these notes already, there are lots of opportunities for great rarities for very small money. And it's just a lot of fun. Tons of American history in these books. Another book on Morgan dollars, this one by Miles Standish, Vice President at PCGS. I think he's probably graded something like 10 million coins across his career. He's an expert on these classic coins. And what he's done with this book is he has talked to John Love and other longtime Morgan dollar dealers. And he also brings his own perspective on these coins, since he's handled so many of the rarities. Talks about pricing, talks about the history of the coins, specific date by date, mint mark by mint mark. Tons of history in this book. Very popular United States coin. This is actually a sneak preview. This book is not available yet, but will be very soon. This is a second edition of Beth Deischer's book, Cash in Your Coins, Selling the Rare Coins That You've Inherited. And I tell people that this is a book that if you collect coins, you need to have a copy of this in your safe deposit box, someplace where your heirs can find it. And if they don't know anything about coins, they can read this book. It's a little over 300 pages. They'll learn everything they need to know so that they don't get fleeced or lose money when the time comes to sell. It's just got a ton of information. The second edition has been expanded. There's a new chapter on taxes. Beth talks a lot about inheritance taxes, the fiscal cliff, all that stuff that we hate to have to learn about. Very valuable. And then this is another sneak preview. This book will be out soon. The Golden Anniversary edition of Dave Bauers' Coins and Collectors. And Joel Orrose has written just a wonderful foreword in this book. He talks about the first edition of this book, which came out about 50 years ago, and how many hundreds and thousands of coin collectors were introduced to the hobby by the stories that Dave tells. Now, this is not just a rehash of the first edition. This is 50 plus new chapters on tokens, paper money, coins, coin treasures and hoards, crazy personalities, mint designers, some of whom Dave has met personally, others who go back to the history of the hobby. Just a wonderful way to, I think it's a good book. You can buy one for your own shelf, buy a copy for a friend. They ask you, what's all this coin stuff? Give them this book and they'll understand.
Dennis, what's the price range of these books? What does it cost a collector to get this kind of information?
In this pile, the least expensive one is $9.95. That's Beth Deischer's book. Less than $10. You've got an instant lesson for your heirs. $29.95 for Ken Brissett's Money of the Bible. And we go up to $49.95 for the big monster. So, but generally between $10 and $50, mostly in the $20 range or so.
And if collectors want to find these books, what's the best way for them to find them?
You can find them any place online where you normally shop for books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. You can go to the Whitman website, which is whitman.com, find them at your local bookstore, anywhere online or in the real world where you like to shop for books.